Good evening. We present the news summary. Applicants who have qualified under the scheme for the return of undeveloped compulsory acquired state land during the period of 1977 to 1993 will soon receive a written confirmation from the Ministry of Lands and Housing. In a press conference this afternoon, the Minister for Lands and Housing, Billy Rangasamy, explained how the process is being done. Applicants will also receive a proposal regarding the underdeveloped land that can be returned to them, including the amount of pro rata compensation, which will have to be refunded to government under the scheme. There was a total of 156 applications, of which 105 claims, representing 67%, did not qualify for various reasons.
Government announced back in 2021 that their intention was to return undeveloped land that were acquired, properties that were acquired during the Second Republic, 1977 to 1993, and the portions that are undeveloped, and that government have no intentions whatsoever to develop those areas of land, or have no commitment already in place, to return those to the rightful owners as part of the scheme. There were very specific criteria that had to be met. We received the applications. The date that was set for the scheme was the 1st of October 2021. The cutoff date was to close and receipt of applications was the end of December, 31st of December 2021. So the team took 2022 to deal with those cases, very complex cases with legal implications, political perhaps, sentimental. So it's very delicate that the team took the due diligence to do the research and analyze all these requests in detail. So the team worked hard. It was the same team that was in place. We didn't recruit any new members of staff. We worked night and day to make this happen. And despite the energy to try and drive it for the end of December 2022, we were delayed by about a month. And having finalized our assessments and our work, we are now in a position to reach out to those that have qualified. Those that are not qualified, we've already written to them. But those that have qualified, we're now in the process of finalizing the details. And very soon, I say very soon, we will be approaching and writing to the original owners with a view of returning the undeveloped land.
The Minister for Transport, Anthony Dejac, says that the increase in tariffs imposed by the Seychelles Ports Authority will have minimum impact on the public. Minister Dejac was giving details on this increase during a press conference this morning. The increase will allow the Port Authority to collect revenue for port development, including the new port on La Digue, new passenger terminal on Pralin, and the Victoria Port extension. Minister Dejac also said that with the increase, the authority will be able to improve the quality of service within the Victoria hub.
It's been since 2013 that we've had the last tariff review. And we've had a cost of living, we've had inflation, and we've had major expenses by port. There are major projects underway, and major projects are reaching their completion. Looking at the finances of SPA, it is and was necessary to have a review. We have to have the money in order to invest, in order to create economic activity and infrastructure for economic development. For the Port Victoria, it had reached 50 years since it was constructed this year. And the state of the quay is dilapidated, and there are significant issues with the materials and the state of the quay. So it is necessary, and we have to do it in order to move Seychelles and in order to have a better and more modern port. With the new quay wall, we will also have infrastructure. We'll have an operator who will also invest in Port Victoria, and we'll have attendant infrastructure like a modern information system. This will create more activity and will create efficiency at the port. We expect, for example, the demurrage, that is the time spent, cargo spends in port, and the costs to go down. We expect more employment. We expect more investment around the port. And as a result, we expect that the economy will benefit and the people of Seychelles.
The Customs Division will stop issuing movement certificates, EUR1, for goods originating in Seychelles that are destined for the European Union as from the 1st of July this year. Exporters will be able to self-certify the origin of their products without prior authentication by the customs authorities, simply by making a statement of origin on their invoice or other commercial documents.
The way the system is now, each time exporters have consignments destined for the European Union, they have to go to customs to get a EUR1 certificate of origin. The new changes will allow them to fill the declaration themselves, and they learned more about the new system during a seminar organized by the Customs Division this morning. To be able to make such declarations, they will have to directly register in an online database developed by the European Union called the REX system, and the Customs Division will assign a REX number to the applicant, which has to be mentioned on the statement of origin. Exporters will register for the REX number only once, and the number can be used for exports to all EU countries. Conducting the seminar this morning, Senior Trade and Customs expert Danilo Desiderio says the system will facilitate procedures for Seychellois exporters.
This new system will be beneficial to Seychelles exporters because it will allow them to self-declare the origin of their products directly in the invoice or other commercial document without going to customs and asking preferential origin certificate, namely the EUR1 certificate. So it's a facilitation because once they will register to the system, they will obtain a number called the REX number to be mentioned in their invoices for every shipment without other formalities to be fulfilled. It's important for Seychelles exporters to understand how to determine the origin of the goods, and the criteria for determination of origin of goods are in the economic partnership agreement concluded with the EU, so they should know this rule, especially those in the protocol of origin annexed to the main agreement.
The REX system falls under the EU-funded long-term technical assistance program to support the implementation of the economic partnership agreement between Seychelles and the EU.
Alexandra Madeleine has been appointed as judge of the Supreme Court by President Wepel Ramkalawan in a ceremony at State House this morning. She was chosen from 8 applicants on recommendation by the Constitutional Appointment Authority, CAA. Mrs. Madeleine took the oath of allegiance to the Constitution as well as the judicial oath. Her appointment comes into effect today.
And in accordance with the law,
I am honored and humbled to be appointed as judge of the Supreme Court of my country and to join the judiciary in the task to deliver justice for the country. It means a lot to me. It's a big achievement from where I started my career, and I undertake to make meaningful contribution to the judiciary with the grace of God, of course.
Lieutenant Colonel David Arisola has been appointed the new commander of the Seychelles Coast Guard. He received his appointment letter from President Ramkalawan this morning at State House. Lieutenant Colonel Arisol holds a master's degree in defense and strategic studies with the University of Madras, India. He was the acting commander since October last year until his appointment today. And with this, we have come to the end of this news summary. Thank you for your attention.